Comic Book Savant, Real to Real, Movie Talk. Welcome back to the Comic Book Savant podcast. I'm your host, James Harris. This episode, we're going to be doing a Real to Real episode, Movie Talk. Marvel recently had an announcement where they were updating the status of the Phase 4 films. So this is kind of an update with me talking about what some of these announcements were, as well as speculating on what this all means long term as far as Phase 4, Disney Plus shows, as well as certain things that we might see in Phase 5 at this point. So it's a lot of information to go over. I don't want to hold you too long, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Far as everything is, and it's subject to change because with everything that's going on with the pandemic, things are shifting and moving. We're slowly but surely starting, it seems like we're starting to turn around and things are starting to get better. So these dates might even be shuffled more. So maybe by the time you even hear this, things might have changed some more. So again, I'll just preface it by saying all of this is still subject to even more change because some of these things have already changed multiple times to date at this point. So what we have as far as release dates on the board right now, we have Black Widow set to release July 9th of this year. We have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings with a release date of September 3rd of this year. We also have the Eternals that's set for 2021 release on November 5th. We have Spider-Man No Way Home to release December 17th of this year. So we have officially 4 more movies before the end of the year. It's kind of crazy. So they're going to be coming hot and heavy throughout the rest of this year. As of right now, we do know Black Widow I think is the only one that will be day and date. So you'll be able to do, if you have Disney Plus, you want to do the Premier Access program, you'll be able to do that and get it at the $30 price point. And that'll be day and date. To date, I have done Premier Access like twice. I did it for Mulan and I did it for Cruella. And I didn't regret it for either film that I did it on. I'm just, me personally, at this point, I'm still not comfortable going out to the theaters. I know some of you might have. At this point, I've been fully vaccinated. I've been fully vaccinated for a while, but I just still feel a little uncomfortable in that scene. And I live in Texas, where a lot of the requirements and the restrictions were lifted way sooner than what I thought. And you don't have to prove it if you were vaccinated or not. So I just don't feel comfortable. I'm still, even at this point, I'm still wearing a mask, even though I've been fully vaccinated and there's been reports otherwise. I just don't see myself going to the movies anytime soon. So, but that's just my personal preference. Though I love the movie going experience, I just, I like the option of having the Premier Access thing, and I can still see movies that I would see at the theater at the comfort of my own home. I have a nice setup throughout my house to watch these movies, so I haven't missed it as much as I initially, when the pandemic first started, how I thought I did, because I'm a movie goer. Me and my wife typically averaged 2 to 3 movies a month before the pandemic hit, and the last time I was in a movie theater was like almost a year and a half ago now, and I've missed it far less than what I thought. I have I think I have 65-inch TVs, one in my office, one in the living room, one in my bedroom. So we all have the sound bar, surround sound setup kind of situation. So 4K TV. So I'm getting that cinematic experience at home. And so it has hit less harder than what I initially thought, and some of you might still, feel the same way as I do on that. But again, I digress. But, that's kind of my feelings on it. I miss the experience, but I don't miss it as much as I thought I would. And the Premier Access, though some people, say it's a pricey option, I understand you got to support the movies and they have to make this money back for these multi-millions, hundreds of millions they invest in these movies. So I feel like, with anything, I like my brother Heath always says, my Spinnerex bro always says, sometimes if you want something, you have to support it. So you have to put your money where your mouth is. And I haven't been disappointed by either film, and it's about the same, if not cheaper, than what I normally would spend for me and my wife to go to the movies. So I'm actually saving money by like something like Premiere Access. But I digress, because I've seen so much like on Facebook and different places about that aspect of Disney Plus and how some people don't like it, or what have you. But I haven't done it with every movie. Other movies I will just wait till they're like Raya and the Last Dragon. I wanted to see the film, but I didn't feel as strongly for it to cop the, throw down the $30, and it'll be free soon on the, well, not free, but it'll be on the service without the additional fee. So I just waited, and I guess you can pick and choose on films. But again, that's a whole side tangent I went on. But giving you a window into me. But again, we have Shang-Chi. We've had a trailer for Black Widow. We know that's day and date. We've had a trailer for Shang-Chi. Looks better than what I thought. I was skeptical about Shang-Chi. I enjoyed the trailers. It looks fun. Eternals is interesting. It has my interest. We've gotten like a teaser, then a trailer at this point. We've had teasers for Spider-Man No Way From Home. I guess that'll start ramping up, after a couple of these other movies, drops. We then, going into 2022, we have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness set to release in March 25th of 2020. We have Thor: Love and Thunder to release May 6th of 2022. We have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever to release in July 8th of 2022. Then we have Captain Marvel 2, which is now going to be called The Marvels. That's set to release November 11th of 2022. We have Ant-Man, and now we're going to 2023, and we have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That's set to release February 17th of 2023. We have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 set to release May 5th of 2023. And then at the end of the sizzle reel in their announcement video, they have for Phase 4 a 4 symbol, but it's the Fantastic Four symbol. So I'm assuming we're getting the Fantastic Four, and it'll be the cap at the end of Phase 4, but it's no release date known. But they made it kind of evident with that the Fantastic Four is coming, which I think me and Heath speculated that about 2 years ago now about that whole thing. But I'm not patting myself on the back. It's just us here anyway. So I'm just saying we said it a long time ago. Yeah, we did. Deal with it. Anyway, Phase 5. Some of the films we know: Blade, because that was announced way back, 2019 now at San Diego Comic-Con, that Mahershala Ali is set to play Blade. So if these are Phase 4 movies, that means it would probably be the first movie in Phase 5 at this point. And coming out of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Captain America and the Winter Soldier, we have Captain America 4 has been announced. That's going to come out. It would have to be a Phase 5 movie at this point. I don't think there's any room left with all these films coming out for Phase 4 that it would just extend on into Phase 5. So we do know those films are pretty much confirmed, because they've made the announcement about Captain America 4, and Blade has been announced. We don't have release dates for those films, but it only is logical at this point that those would be Phase 5 films at this juncture in time. Now on to Disney Plus, because so much is going on with Disney Plus, and we're going to be bombarded with things coming up on Disney Plus. So we have Loki set to release I think June 11th. I think it got moved up. A week maybe, or a couple of days. I think it got moved up a couple of days, so it might be, instead of the 11th, it's the 8th or something like that. But it's coming soon. It might already be out by the time you hear this. Then we have What If. We don't have a solid release date. We just know a summer of 2021. We have Hawkeye release date. They just said late 2021. Miss Marvel is set to release late 2021. We have the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special release date. They just said holiday season 2022. We finally got an official announcement that Oscar Isaac is playing Mark Spector, so he is Moon Knight We don't have a release date. It's unknown at this point, but that's the show that's announced, that's on the board. We have She-Hulk, no release date set. We know that shows, they've been already filming that show. At this point, we have the Secret Invasion show that they've had a few more casting announcements on that. That has the release date is unknown for that. They announced the Ironheart show. We don't have a release date for that. We have the Armor Wars show. That's the Don Cheadle led show. We don't have a release date on that. We have the animated I Am Groot show. We don't have a release date for that, but that's been announced. And we have the untitled Wakanda series that has no release date on that. And I think it was some casting information that recently came out about that as well. So it's a lot of stuff, but we know Loki's done and in the can. That's coming out soon. I think Hawkeye's done with all his filming. So I'm assuming if after Loki, it's either going to be Hawkeye or Miss Marvel. I think Miss Marvel finally finished its production run. It's in the editing, special effects or whatever phase at this point. So those two, maybe if Loki's June, it'll run till maybe July. I'm thinking it's like 6 episodes as well. So that would run into July. So maybe if we got Hawkeye, it would be sometime in August, with Miss Marvel coming maybe sometime in like October, November to end out the year with those shows. And then What If would probably be next. So, maybe we get, so let me lay this out. So the 6 episodes. So that would put Loki ending like late July. So maybe August we get What If. I don't know. I can't remember how many episodes that'll be. Maybe late September, early October, we would get Hawkeye, and then to end out the year, we would get Miss Marvel like November, leading into like Christmas time, end of the year type vibe. So that's probably the lineup on how those shows will fall. And then I'm assuming for shows in 2022, because She-Hulk is already has been shooting, we would get that show first in 2022, maybe like in February of 2022. And then I don't know where those other shows will fall. I haven't heard anything about any production information in relation to any of the other shows. I'm assuming that I Am Groot, because it is a animated show that has already been in the works, so that'll drop at some point. We've seen Don Cheadle pop up in the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so that or might already have been shooting something. I don't know. It all remains to be seen at this point, but it's stuff that's out there. We know how Feige kind of works at this point, so it's all up for grabs, and I guess those things will come as more stuff starts to release, because I feel like at the point Loki starts getting going, starts ramping down towards the end, we'll get a definitive date on What If. As What If gets closer, we'll start getting teasers for Hawkeye and Miss Marvel, because they'll close out the year. So maybe like late July, because they've been doing on YouTube and releasing these like sizzle reels, letting you know what's up and coming on like Disney Plus for the months ahead. So I feel like we'll be getting those things dropping periodically throughout now in the summertime, as we get deeper into the summer, to clarify some of the pictures of release dates on these shows. So it's nothing to worry about. We'll know when it's time. Phase 5 film speculation for me at this point. I feel like since right now, after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Captain America and Winter Soldier ended, we got an announcement for a Captain America 4, and when WandaVision ended, we already knew that she was going to be tying in to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So I feel like it's a theme kind of where we're going to be seeing this transition of these side characters into major characters, and maybe fulfilling over some of these legacies. So I feel like out of the Armor Wars show, we might get an Iron Man 4 movie. And I like this title because it just feeds into Rhodey's whole journey. I would like it to be called Iron Man 4 War Machine. we'll see. It might just be Iron Man 4 or whatever, some other subtitle. I just think that's cool because it's just the legacy of the character of War Machine. But at a point in the original comic, he was Iron Man for a period of time. So it would be cool to kind of see a journey similar to that that was in the comics back in the day. But I feel like that's a movie that we probably will end up getting somewhere down the road in Phase 5. I feel like things are kind of being set up for a Thunderbolts movie at this point. I guess that picture will become a little bit more clear once we get the Black Widow movie out, because it was some ties to Falcon and the Winter Soldier that they kind of delayed and shifted around. You got pieces like Yelena Bolova, the Florence Pugh Black Widow character. We got Bucky kind of with nothing to do right now. Zemo's running around. And all these characters at some point have had some association as far as Zemo, Bucky, Thunderbolt Ross to the Thunderbolts, and those characters are in the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. So, and it's not so far fetched. We probably will get a Thunderbolts movie at some point. We know for sure because Feige has talked about it for years. We're going to get a Young Avengers movie, and I think that's coming sometime in Phase 5. And I think it's going to be some kind of with the Secret Invasion television Disney Plus television show. I feel like that's going to be leading up to some tie-in to Captain Marvel or the Marvels for a Secret Invasion film in Phase 5. Those are just my shots in the dark, just based on nothing more than the information and the pattern we're starting to see with how Feige's kind of weaving in and out from the Disney Plus shows and back in the cinema on how things are kind of going so far. Just the kind of tea leaves he's leaving on the ground for us to where these things might be going in the future. I'm also going to speculate we're going to get season 2 of WandaVision sometime after Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Maybe because there's so many shows right now coming out, it might not come out till 2023, but I think it's coming. And I think he kind of hinted that he wasn't against it be multiple seasons of these shows. And I definitely think before, because the Captain America 4 movie won't come till 2023, 2024. We're definitely going to have a second season of Captain America and the Winter Soldier before the Cap 4 movie comes out. We're going to have another season of that show. I felt like it was such a good show. It was done so well. In the kind of the bombs they dropped, I don't want to spoil too much. At the end of that series, they have to address some of those issues that those plot threads that were opened up, and I don't think they're going to wait like 4 years before they address any of them. I think they're definitely going to pop up before then, and I think the best place to do it would be in a season 2 of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, probably from sometime for 2023 or early 2024 for sure at this point. But those are just some of my thoughts based on the information that we got from these kind of this updated announcement. All this stuff is kind of looking good. I'm not like as stoked with some of this stuff because Eternals I've never really connected with like that, but the trailer piqued my interest. Shang-Chi, I don't know much about the character. Since the Epic Collections have been on sale, I picked up the first couple. I want to read up on the history of some of these lesser known characters for me that I haven't had much attachment to, so I'm better versed when the movies come out, and it can help me better when I do these reviews and these talks for you guys. So and Black Widow's history too. I know more of the modern Black Widow history, but I don't know like the comics accurate, like the origins of the character in the comics per se. So I've looking to pick up a lot of those Epic Collections when those sales come up to have that reference source material to reflect back to. But that's all I have for you guys for this episode. I hope you're enjoying these update videos that I do, talking about the different cinematic universes and things of that nature. As always, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Comic Book Savant. You can also find me on Facebook. We have the Facebook group as well. All the links to everything is on the website, which is comicbooksavant.com. If you like the content and the work that I put out, you can always support me over at Patreon. It is patreon.com/comicbooksavant. If you don't remember all that, again, all the links to everything that I'm talking about is on the website. So just for as long as you remember comicbooksavant.com, you could do that. If you want to offer any feedback or any suggestions on things you'd like to see me cover in the future on the show, you can also email me through the website or just at comicbooksavant@gmail.com. Either one will work. But that's all I have for you guys for this episode. As always, I hope you guys are staying safe and taking care of yourselves. Until next time, you guys be good, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.